Hey guys, Dan here. This is the third tutorial for John Butler's song Ocean. We are going to be learning what I just played previously. This lesson will be quite nitpicky and, frankly, difficult to learn, so just bear with me. Okay, so let's get started. The first little riff you're going to play is this. So, for this hand, it's hammer on to the 6th, slide up to the 8th, slide back down to the 6th, hammer off, hammer on, hammer off, and when you hammer on to the second, for the second time, you want to slide back up and repeat that pattern, so. And as soon as you hit the 6th fret and slide up to the 8th, you want to play the 13th fret with your pointer, hammer on the 6th string. This is on the 4th string, by the way, if you couldn't see that. Okay, so it goes like this. The next bit is you want to hammer on to the 9th fret of the 6th string. Hammer on, and then you want to hammer on to the 8th fret, or 6th fret again, hammer off, hammer back on, slide back up to the 8th, slide back down, hammer off, and then you want to hammer on to the 6th fret of the 5th string, pull off, and hammer back on. So altogether that sounds like. So 6th, hammer off, hammer on, 8th, back to 6th, pull off, and then 6 on the 5th string. So altogether it sounds like this. Then you want to play this little bit. So for there you're going to pull off on both the 5th and 6th string, and you want to hammer onto the 4th, onto the 6th, slide up to the 8th on the 5th string, so 8th, hammer off, or pull off, hammer onto the 6th fret, pull off on the 4th string, go up to the 8th, and then go back down. And so you get up to the 8th and you want to slide back down, hammer off, or pull off, and then hammer back on. It's sort of like the same repeating pattern, so that little bit goes like this. And then you want to play the 11th fret, excuse me, of the 6th string. So. So for this pattern, it goes like hammer on to the 6th fret of the 4th string, hammer back on, slide up to the 8th, slide back down to the 6th, pull off, and then hammer back on. But you kind of when you slide back down to the 6th and pull off and hammer back on, it's a little slower than it has been before, so it gives this effect. So all together. Oh, sorry. And then you want to play this same pattern. It goes. And you want to basically play this pattern for the next bit. You'll see what I mean. So it goes. Sorry, wait. Play the same pattern. Okay, did you get that? So 13th to 9th, and you're just playing the same pattern as you did for the last little section. And now you're going to play this little bit. Okay, so when you get to the 9th fret, so and then you pull off, you're going to want to hammer on to the 8th fret of the 4th string, pull off, hammer on to the 6th fret of the 4th string, pull off, hammer on to the 8th fret, so. And then you want to hammer on to the 6th fret of the 3rd string, pull off, so. So when you hammer onto the 6th fret of the 3rd string, pull off, hammer onto the 8th fret, pull off to the 6th fret, and pull off again. So, and then hammer back onto the 6th fret. So. And then you want to basically repeat that same pattern on the 3rd string that you just played. So hit the 6th string 11th fret. So. And then pull off again. Hammer back onto the 6th fret again, and pull off again. It's a little bit tricky, so. Okay? Okay, good. So far so good. So altogether, that sounds like, awesome. Back up to the 13th fret again, you guessed it, and you're going to play this little bit. So this is still on the third string, and you want to do the same riff again. So hammer onto the 6th, pull off, hammer onto the 8th, pull off to the 6th, and then pull off. So. But instead of hammering back onto the 6th, you're going to hammer on to the 8th, slide up to the 9th, slide back down to the 8th, so. And then pull off and hammer back onto the 8th, so. Go down to the 9th fret. And then you're going to sorry. Hammer, so low 6th string, hammer onto the 9th, hammer onto the 6th, pull off, hammer onto the 8th, slide up to the 9th, slide back down to the 8th, but a bit slower this time, so. And then pull off, and then hammer on to the 6th fret of the 4th string, pull off, and hammer back on, so. And then you're going to play this part, which is probably the trickiest. So you're going to pull off on the 6th and the 4th, hammer onto the 6th fret of the 4th string, hammer off onto the 8th fret of the 4th string. You're going to pull off, but when you pull off, you want to pull off so you ring the 3rd string as well. So. And while the 3rd string is ringing, you're going to hammer onto the 6th fret, pull off, hammer onto the 8th fret, pull off. So, how does that go? Oh, right. And then you also kind of want to do a little pull off again. Just, even though you already pulled off of the 8th string, you sort of want to strum it with your finger like that to get the 2nd string ringing. And then hammer onto the 2nd string on the 6th fret and hammer back off. So 11th fret. So this sort of pattern, you'll notice it kind of repeats. So play the 11th fret, 6th fret, pull off. This is all on the 2nd string. 8th fret, 6th fret, pull off. You want to play the 8th fret of the 4th string, pull off, hammer back on, and pull off. So back up to the 13th fret, play that pattern again. And then on the 3rd string, slide from the 8th to the 9th back to the 8th. And then, so back to the 8th, hammer off, and then hammer onto the 6th fret of the 3rd string, pull off. So all together. And then hammer onto the 8th fret of the 4th string, so. And then you want to hammer down to the, hammer on the 9th fret again. Now on the 4th string you want to play the same pattern again. Okay, you should probably know it quite well by now. So 6, pull off, 8th, 6, pull off, 6, pull off again, and then you want to play this a little bit. So at that point, you're going to be, the 4th string is going to be ringing. You're going to pull off of the 9th fret of the 6th string. So, and then as soon as you pull off of the 6th fret of the 6th string, I should say. So you want to, it's like the same pattern you actually began with. So slide up to the 8th, slide up to the 8th. Do that twice. And then the 3rd time, when you hammer onto the 11th fret, instead of sliding up to the 8th, you want to slide up to the 9th, and then just repeat the pattern. And then slide up to the 8th again, like normal. So it goes like this. I guess from here. And that's it. Whew, okay, that was a lot of information thrown at you, so if you didn't get it, please rewatch the video. I know I probably didn't explain it that well just because it was so much information, but I hope this cleared some things up for you. If you have any more questions, I'd even be willing to split this section in this tutorial into a couple sort of sub-tutorials if it's easier for you, so just let me know. Also, I just want to thank all of you guys who have stuck with this song so far, because this is a really, really challenging song, and I have faith that you will be able to learn it. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next part. The next part is really fun. And it's just a really fun part to play. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe, like, comment, you know, all that jazz. And keep on practicing. Thanks for watching, guys.